Hello everyone. So here I am RV Optum back with a video on the topic sclera. The sclera is the white part or one fifth-sixth part of the eyeball which is surrounded the cornea. Sclera forms the 80% of the surface of the eyeball. Only a small portion of sclera is seen by us, which means the white part you can see in a person's sclera is a very small portion. The whole eye is covered by sclera. Sclera is a tough, dense connective tissue layer which is continuous with the stroma layer of the cornea. The junction between the white sclera and the clear cornea is called the limbus. So here in this image you can see the front view. The whitish part you can see is the sclera, which you can see anteriorly in an eye, in any person's eye, and this is the interior view of sclera. The whole white portion you can see is the sclera part, and the thin layer which we talked about in our last video, conjunctiva. This transparent thin membrane which is lies above the sclera is our conjunctiva. So let's talk about some details about sclera. Sclera ranges thickness about 0.3 millimeter to 1 millimeter. Okay, it is composed of fibers of collagen that are present irregularly in bundles. Okay, there is no specific arrangement of connective tissues or proteins, collagens in the sclera. They are randomly arranged. Okay, these fibers are responsible to give the strength and flexibility to the eyeball. The sclera is relatively inactive metabolically, means it does not have a lot metabolical function. It has only limited blood supply. Some blood vessels pass through the sclera to other tissues. Okay, the sclera itself does not contain any blood vessels. It lacks blood vessels. Okay, in development time of an embryo, the sclera is derived from the neural crest part. Okay, now the layer of sclera. The collagen of the sclera is continuous with the cornea, as I told you. The cornea as stroma is continued by the sclera. Okay, from outer to innermost, there are three layers, mainly three layers. The one is stroma, the fourth layer, but there are main three layers of the sclera, that is episclera, sclera proper, and lamina fusca. Okay, the sclera is opaque. Okay, it is not transparent, it is opaque, whitish part. When we grow in our uh, age, okay, then it becomes yellowish. In children it is more whitish, but in adults it is quite yellowish in color. Okay, it is due to the deposition of pigments in the sclera. Sometimes it happens. Okay, so it is an opaque due to irregularity of the type of collagen. As I told you that the collagens and the proteins, the fibers, the bundles of fibers are arranged in an irregular fashion, in a random orientation, so which makes it opaque. Okay, uh, but in case of cornea, the collagens are present in a parallel fashion or parallel manner, which makes it transparent. Okay, the middle thickest layer is called as the stroma, the fourth layer. Okay, the first is episclera, then sclera proper, then stroma, then lamina fusca. Okay, these are the four layers of sclera. So the middle thickest layer is called the stroma. The sclera contains basal endothelium. It contains the endothelium, which is also called as lamina fusca. Okay, above which there is the lamina fusca containing a high count of pigmented cells. The endothelium and lamina fusca are undifferentiated layers. Okay, sometimes very small gray bluish spot can appear in sclera too. Okay, so here you can see the layers of sclera. The upper layer is episclera, then this is sclera proper, and the basal area is lamina fusca. Okay, episclera is dense vascularized layer. Okay, layer of connective tissues, fibroblast, macrophages, lymphocytes. As you can see here, orange and green cells, these are cells like fibroblasts, macrophages, lymphocytes, etc. Sclera proper is avascular structure. It contains dense bundle of collagen fibers. These reddish bundles are of collagen fiber bundles. Okay, then the third layer is lamina fusca. It is innermost layer. Okay, blends with suprachoroidal and supraciliary lamellae of the UVI tract, brownish in color and presence of pigment cells. So it is brownish in color due to the presence of the pigmented cells. Next is the function of sclera. The sclera, along with the intraocular pressure, which means IOP of the eye, maintains the shape of the eyeball. It is responsible for the maintenance of the intraocular pressure as well as maintains the shape of the eye. Tough fibrous nature of the sclera is helps to protect the eye. Okay, it helps to prevent serious damages to the eye such as laceration or rupture from external trauma. Okay, due to any injury, or it prevents the inner surfaces or inner layer of the eye because of any injury or to any injury. Okay, the sclera also provides attachment for the extraocular muscles that controls the movement of the eye. It is a very important part of sclera, important role of sclera, that is sclera helps to provide a surface to the extraocular muscles. There are 6 extraocular muscles, they attach on the sclera, the outer surface of the sclera. Okay, the next is blood supply. So the nourishment of the sclera comes from the blood vessels in the episcleral part. As I told you, there is presence of some blood vessels, connective tissues, macrophages, lymphocytes, etc. So it takes its nutrition from the episcleral part, which is a thin, loose connective tissue layer that lies on the top of the sclera and under the transparent conjunctiva that covers the sclera and episclera. Okay, larger episcleral blood vessels are visible through the conjunctiva. As you can see in any person's eye, you can see small blood vessels. Okay, so those blood vessels are of episcleral part. Okay, those are visible from the conjunctiva. Other nourishment of the sclera comes from the underlying choroid, which means the interior part of the sclera takes its nourishment from the choroid. Okay, which is the vascular layer of the eyeball that is sandwiched between the sclera and the retina. Okay, next is nerve supply. Sensory innervations through the anterior sclera is provided by the long posterior ciliary nerves, which means the nerve supply is comes through the ophthalmic nerve inside the eye. Okay, through posteriorly means backward, from the backward side of the ciliary nerves. Okay, the posterior sclera is innervated by the short posterior ciliary nerves that branches from the ciliary ganglion to enter the sclera close to the optic nerve, which means in the first para we are talking about the anterior sclera, the front part of the sclera, which you can see in any person. So in that case the innervation comes from ophthalmic nerve through the posterior ciliary nerves. But in case of the sclera which is situated backside of the eyeball, okay, in that the nerve supply comes from the optic nerve area. Okay, so here you can see the anterior ciliary arteries and veins are comes from this area. The blood supplies and nerve supply both are shown in this single picture. Okay, this is vortex vein, long posterior ciliary artery. The red nerves, which the red veins and arteries you can see. The red thread-like structure are the arteries. Okay, the yellow structure is the nerves. Okay, and this is the bundle whole stick type of a structure is a optic nerve. Okay. So thank you. Please Please like, share and subscribe if this video helped in spreading knowledge and smile. Thank you.